Hello everyone, welcome to Model Gaming. I'm your host, GWFawkes. There are several changes that I would like to announce. First, this show will simply be called Model Gaming, and this is the very first episode. I will do my best to have these premiere on Sunday or Monday nights, and it will be a weekly endeavor. Second, I have decided to cut a lot of fat from the show in order to give you as much of my opinion as possible instead of just regurgitating news stories. Third, I have changed my Twitch channel to twitch.tv/GWFawkes since I'm the one who's streaming and I want it to match up with my Twitter and Instagram accounts. Finally, I will be doing fewer regular streams to concentrate more on this show and to try out different streams that I feel will be more worthwhile. Please check the schedule for when new shows will be posting and when I will be streaming next. With that all out of the way, let's get right to tonight's story. Current president of Nintendo, Shuntaro Furukawa, recently did an interview with Nikkei and was asked a few questions about the future of Nintendo. This interview was then translated by NintendoEverything.com, and I want to focus on a very specific quote he gave, which reads, "We aren't really fixated on our consoles. At the moment, we're offering the uniquely developed Nintendo Switch and its software, and that's where we're basing how we deliver the Nintendo experience on. That being said, technology changes. We'll continue to think flexibly about how to deliver that experience as time goes on. It has been over 30 years since we started developing consoles. Nintendo's history goes back even farther than that. And through all the struggles that they faced, the only thing that they thought was about what to make next. In the long term, perhaps our focus as a business could shift away from home consoles. Flexibility is just as important as ingenuity, and I want to start exactly where he finished. I think that flexibility is actually much more important than ingenuity. Nintendo, in hiring a young, more financially savvy president, realizes that as well. He knows that their biggest potential market, the mobile landscape, has barely been tapped by them, and I believe under his leadership, we'll start to see unique and great Nintendo smartphone games. He mentions theme parks and movies as well, and I anticipate that Nintendo is going to start making the push to have Mario and company be an even bigger part of our everyday lives than they already are. So, is Nintendo exiting the console business? Hell no! As of September 2018, the Switch has sold over 22 million units, and it's supposed to sell close to 25 million units by the end of this last year. I suppose a better answer is they aren't getting out anytime soon, not in the next 10 years, and realistically, I think Microsoft and Sony consoles will still be around for the next 10 years as well. Nintendo has really hit like a sweet spot with the Switch, especially if it's your only console. It's the perfect blend between handheld and home console, and it seems to be the preferred home for indie developers as well. So when Shuntaro talks about flexibility, he's simply stating the obvious. Reach and appease as many customers as possible. He's also acknowledging that tastes change, and if it becomes more feasible and more profitable to get out of the console business, then that's the direction that Nintendo will take. Both Microsoft and Sony have had really similar sentiments. To conclude, I think this next console generation will be the beginning of the end for consoles that are disc-based. Microsoft was off a generation, and what they initially announced at the launch of the Xbox One I feel is going to be really similar to what they announced for the next Xbox. But settle in, these new consoles aren't in any rush, and I can't imagine them being released until 2020. So Nintendo is supposed to release a Nintendo Pro or Nintendo Switch Lite this year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it seems like it should and could, right? They're trying to get as many Switches out there as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the new format. I'm trying to make it lean and mean and really just give you it straight to the bone, one story that I think is important throughout the week. Again, check twitch.tv, Instagram, and Twitter at GWFawkes, that's GWFawkes, for all the latest news and stuff. And really, thank you so much for watching. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.